Bonjour and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Thank you for joining me for your messages from your ancestors for February. So this is going to be a reading for people born under the High Priestess, the Strength or the Judgment card. If you do not know what your tarot birth card is, I've dropped you a link in the description box below to a short instructional video so that you can work it out. So in these kind of readings, I channel messages that your ancestors want you to think about or passed on loved ones. Obviously general readings, so please just take what resonates and drop what does not. I'm going to grab a few messages from the Oracle decks and then I will clarify with the tarot. I have reviewed all of those decks, so if you're interested in them, there'll be a link to their respective videos down there if you want to check them out. So if you want to connect to the energies of my decks, now's the time to take a couple of deep breaths so you can connect to the energies whilst I shuffle the cards. So what do my querents born under the High Priestess, the Strength and the Judgment cards need to hear for their highest good from their ancestors, please? Now sometimes I get very specific messages in those readings, so if they're not for you, they're not for you, just so you know. So I'm gonna grab a couple of cards from this deck and do the same with this one. Two cards from that. Okay, let's see what we have. So with the first one we have card 5, Effervescence, Cultivate Love. And we also have 9, Euphoria, Honor Yourself. And from this deck we have card 29, Shadow Work. And card 17, Compassion. Okay, I'm getting a very clear and distinctive message that there are aspects of you that you do not approve of or that you look at harshly. Maybe decisions that you have made that you regret, feel ashamed of, feel guilty about, whatever the case may be. Or maybe aspects of your personality that you feel are lesser than. And what they're saying to me is, so for instance, you accept less than what you're worth, is what they're saying to me. And you judge yourself very harshly on that. I'm sensing a lack of boundaries, maybe. You know, there's somebody, or even it could be a pattern in your life where people abuse your kindness, your good nature, your goodwill, whatever you want to call it. And the message I'm getting here is that they want you to look at this because you need to heal the part of you that's broken, or the part that you don't like. And that's why we've got Cultivate Love. That's why we've got cards like Compassion. The compassion, I do not see it aimed at others. Your ancestors are telling you to show compassion towards yourself. Love yourself. Obviously, you know, there are ways of loving yourself. You can do self-care, but I'm detecting something much deeper than that. They're talking about shadow work. They're talking about you going deep within yourself and looking at the things that you do not like necessarily. Please remember, we are all made of shadow and light, okay? One cannot live without the other. So it needs to be done without judgment, only with love, okay? That's why you've got the card of Cultivate Love right here and the card of Compassion on the other side. It's interesting because these two decks are not made by the same people, but if you look at the imagery, it's the same. She's got this mask with some kind of, you know, head gear on top, and the faces are very much angular, so I find it very synchronistic. There is a mask that needs to be dropped, and that mask, it's really you accepting yourself and actually celebrating who you are. You know, with the honor yourself, it's put your boundaries and don't negotiate. You know, your boundaries are yours, they're personal, and they're there for your safety and to ensure that people do not abuse your good nature. I'm really getting this message that you are a very, very good person, a light worker even for some of you probably, and an empath even. And obviously, you know, if you're born under the High Priestess, or the card of Judgement, all of that makes sense because this is part of your life work, your life path. And the card of Strength is about taming your own inner demon. This is what you need to do, your shadow work. You need to look at that and understand why am I struggling putting boundaries? Why am I allowing people to use me like this? I'm going to be honest, they said use and abuse is what I heard, but and do this with compassion, with self-care, with love for yourself, okay? It's very important you do not judge. It's all about you loving yourself and accepting and embracing who you are, which is going to make you more powerful and more equipped to deal with energy vampires and people who just, you know, take liberties, basically. So let me grab the tarot and have a look at this more closely for you. Your ruler number is number 2 as well, which is, you know, duality, polarities, but also relationships, significant partnership with people. So boundaries is gonna come back as a topic, basically, something to look at on your life path. Let's have a look. So we have the Nine of Swords. This is heavy mental energy. The Magician, beautiful. The Sun, the best card in the deck. And the Star. Okay, you have some serious support from your ancestors or passed on loved ones. Those 3 cards, major arcana, to me they represent the direct intervention of your spirit team, whether you work with your ancestors, your angels, God the Creator, you know. And these are very, very positive cards. Bottom of the deck, which is the energy that you may not be aware of, but that's at work, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Now note how interesting it is that you start with a 9 and you end with a 9. You also have the card Euphoria here, which is number 9. So 9 is attainment, achievement, you know, nearly 10, which is completion. Pentacles is to do with the physical body, so everyday life. So the Nine of Pentacles is an energy of working patiently and diligently in order to achieve something. And through this hard work, obviously you develop your skills and you gain this inner confidence because you've done it on your own. You know, you can stand on your own 2 feet and you do not need others. And this is the energy that's underneath, that's driving. So you may not be aware of it, but this is your spirit team, your ancestors pushing you to become this independent person who's done the work, the shadow work here, and who does not need another person to be their rock or their support, because they got it, they're strong themselves. Sorry, let me move it. So we have the Nine of Swords, and I said to you immediately, oh, this is heavy mental energy, because the Nine of Swords is one step away from acceptance and releasing what needs to be released. So here we have anxiety, worries, you know, apprehensions, just generally speaking, you know, maybe putting up boundaries, or what if people react badly? What if they leave me if I do that? That kind of thing. That's the Nine of Swords. But to me, the Nine of Swords is a card of courage. You need to look at those thoughts and understand they are just thoughts. And remember that what you focus your attention on will manifest. So this is a card that says, do not manifest on the negative. Think positively if it's too difficult, because sometimes it just is. Just be in the moment, practice mindfulness, do acts of self-care, show love to yourself, and this will help you deal with the heavy mental energy. And then we have the Magician. So as I said to you, 3 major arcana, clear indication of big energies and your ancestors helping you. The Magician is the super manifester of the tarot. This is a human being, okay, not a planet like the sun, or an astral thing like the star, for instance. This is a human using all of the resources and the tools they have at their disposition to manifest and create the life of their dream. The Magician honors themselves, okay? This is someone who's confident and who has a lot of self-love, a lot of self-esteem, and they will manifest something that is positive to them, and they understand that there is no end to what they can create and manifest. And the Magician is someone who's going to aim high, okay? They're going to think big. They're not going to try to manifest just, an okay relationship, or they're not going to try to manifest just a job that barely covers the bills. The Magician's going to manifest something that's going to be epic, the ultimate love relationship, the job that not only pays your bills but gives you enough for the independence of the Nine of Pentacles, prosperity and abundance, savings, and also gives you the emotional fulfillment of feeling like you're doing something that matters or that develops you. And that's why it's under honor yourself. Don't think small, manifest big. And the Sun is the card that gets rid of any negativity in any reading, and the Sun is pure warmth, joy, happiness, victory, okay? This is saying if you do the shadow work, you will be victorious, you will manifest what you want. The other thing that the Sun does as well is that it sheds light on any dark corners, anything that was not revealed or anything that we were not aware of. The Sun will shed light on it. It will all be revealed, and because it's just on the shadow work, I'm really getting this strong message that you're going to be shown very, very clearly what needs to change and how to change it, and it's going to be beautifully healing for you. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you've got the Star right here, and this is your final major arcana, and it's right under compassion, and the Star is a healing energy. It's your wish becoming true. It's also being guided by your ancestors, which way to go, and being gentle and tender with yourself and nourishing your dream as well. Nourish yourself, look after yourself, show yourself love and care, honor yourself, and then dream big, manifest something that is worthy of you, and that means not settling for less, is what they're saying. Because with the Star, well, think about it, we wish upon the star, don't we? This is the dream, really, with the Star. But I'm really feeling the healing vibe of the card as well, and you going in the right direction. So I'm going to close out your reading by grabbing a couple of messages from this deck. So can we have some closing messages, please, for my Aquarians? Okay, let's see what we have. So, we have last quarter moon in Sagittarius, practice gratitude. So, your ancestors here are saying, obviously be grateful for what you already have. Be grateful for the all of the qualities, talents, and your own, quirkiness, basically. Be grateful for those, learn to love them. It all comes back to that. Honor yourself, cultivate love, be patient, have compassion for yourself, and be grateful for the truly remarkable individual that you are. And the final message, backwards, is the full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. So for some of you, this is if you are feeling a little bit cynical about this reading and you're thinking, you know, I don't know what you're talking about, everything is fine. This is a message from your ancestors saying, please take heed of what we've said, because you really need to look at something very, very deep within, that's buried within yourself. There's no other way of delivering that message. That's what they're saying, basically. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey through the cards with me. If you found this message helpful in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, I thank you for your time. It's your most precious commodity. I'm truly humbled you chose to spend it with me. I wish you a wonderful end of the month and I'll see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.